how we roll, man. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we roll, man. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we roll, man. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we roll, man. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we win, man. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we roll, man. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we roll. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we roll, man. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we win. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we roll, man. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we roll, man. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we roll, man. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we roll, man.
FTF.GG welcomes you to the virtual Phoenix International Raceway for the Barr Visual FTF Cup Series for the K-Mac 300K. It's the Kevin McAdams race, everybody. From Old Phoenix, the 2008 Legacy layout. Should be a lot of fun. 185 laps up on the board, making up our 300-ish kilometers for tonight. Jacob Hitz and Caleb Hoffman here with you for the call. And Caleb, after last week's race, a lot of cautions we saw, 11 of them, in fact. It's going to be a little bit different since this track is older with the next-gen car.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first real kind of short track that we see on the schedule this season. I was talking down in the garage and, kind of expecting a little more, usage of the gears, that fourth and fifth gear that are new to this next-gen car. It's just a lot of variables are new here tonight. It's the same kind of theme that we've had going all year. It's just tonight's going to be a big learning experience for everybody in this field.
No doubt about it, as the field gets set down the back straightaway. Blake Reynolds starting on pole. Last week's winner, Dylan Alt, lines up on the outside. There you see our starting grid flying by. Of course, we only get one lap here to pace, so they're going to be coming around and getting the green flag as they come through 3 and 4. Reynolds on the inside, Dylan Alt up on the outside for the initial start of the K-Mac 300. Our stages, lap 50, lap 100, lap 185. Of course, we don't get stage cautions. We just get the stages for points. Pace cars on pit road. Glad to have you watching. Green flag in the air. We're underway from Phoenix. Off of 4 and back to the stripe, Blake Reynolds leads the opening lap, but he's got Dylan Alt right in his tire tracks. Justin Listenby right there as well as they head through 2.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting all night to see kind of how guys are taking these corners. I mean, are you going to send it in on entry? You're going to try to let it roll and try to get a runoff exit? We see it here. That's Kolinix making a move to the outside, trying to keep his momentum up, but he's going to get passed on the inside by, I believe, Josh Parker.
Maybe he gets a better launch on the high side, and he clears Parker down the front straightaway and heading into turn number 1. So he maintains that position. A gaggle in this pack from Wyatt Tinsley on back. Graham Bowlin's right there. Then you got Oltz and Mills side by side. Brandon Hawken, Patrick Fogel. They're all in this mix. At the front, they may be strung out a little bit, but not so much in the middle of the pack. They're still pretty tightly knit together.
Yeah, great pass there on Tinsley. It's just, just different kind of philosophies taking form here. You see, that's Jonathan Oates making a pass up the inside on Landon Mills. And it's just, right now you got fresh tires, so if you want to try to get up to the front, see what you got, now's the time to do it.
Down the front straightaway, still side by side. Oates is there. Hawken look to make it 3 wide, but instead going to stay right behind that 73. And here comes Mills up on the outside. Can't quite get the runoff. Gets it a little loose. Keeps it straight.
Yeah, that was a great save right there on the back stretch. Now the front stretch. You see Brandon Hawken to the inside. Kevin McAdams. I mean, these are Michael Guest, who was up front last week. These are lots of guys that are contenders here. Kind of caught up in this little battle right now. 3 wide.
Yeah, here's your 3 wide back here. Hawken went for it, couldn't hold it in there, and now Oates gets wide and pushes Fogel really wide, and that green 55. They get it sorted out for the moment, and here comes Kevin up on the outside, and that Cheddar's 26 machine.
Michael Guest going to get to the inside there, but again, just McAdams gets the run off the high side. Same thing we saw with Kolinix earlier. Cozy sending it.
Yep, Cozy back out on the racetrack in that 99. Back with us here this week. There he is, running in the 15th position right now, with 6 laps complete, about to be 7 laps complete.
Yeah, I mean, lots of these guys just kind of riding around at the moment again. I mean, it's a long race, 185 laps, so mostly trying to just save your stuff. Don't take yourself out of the race right now more than anything.
We had a spinner. Garrett Conrath in the 9 has damage on the left side of his race car. Barr LaPrade came over the radio and said he spun it, the 9 spun it, and sure enough, there was contact off of 4 between Conrath and Matt Taylor. This was back in the 25th position. Conrath slammed into the inside wall, driver's side first, did a 360, and then got it rolling down on the inside. They kept it green for that crash. So Justin Malillo is running cautions for us tonight. Our eye in the sky, if you will. And some great racing there with Bowling and Strauss. Bowling gets the spot.
Yeah, right now I'm really interested to just see kind of the driving differences through the field right now. I'm on board with Blake Reynolds, have been for the last few laps. So down in the corners, he's shifting it all the way down to 3rd gear. He'll go up to 4th on exit, and then we'll just keep it at 4th. And so I've heard, rumbles that, as you get later on in the run, you'll start using that 5th gear to try to limit the amount of tire spin that you got going on. But it's really interesting to see how they're driving these cars right now.
Connor Horn pulled it to pit road, parked it. Not sure what's up with him, but we'll check on that. Get an update for you if we can. So Connor Horn, he is done. He's going home. Just 10 laps in to this 185 lap race.
Colin Nix looks like he's going to look to the inside of Parker. This is for 5th. And you got Bolin all over him. Going to send it down to the inside. We'll see if Colin Nix can keep it going up the outside. Nah, he's going to clear him. Great pass right there by Bolin.
How about for the lead? Dylan Alt underneath Blake Reynolds through turns 1 and 2, what are now turns 3 and 4. And the outside line has really been working for these folks up in the front. Still side by side off turn number 2 as we had a spinner on the back straightaway. But again, we remain green. That spinner, I think, well, maybe Chris Wetz, but I think he started from the pits. I think it was Conrath again, actually, that spun it around. Nonetheless, battle for the lead continues.
These are a familiar duo after last week at Las Vegas. Blake Reynolds obviously dominated that entire race, and Dylan Alt was the eventual winner. So they're picking right up where they left off 1-2 right now.
And this battling has allowed Lysenby to close right on in there. Josh Parker right there as well. So the battling for the lead has kind of allowed this first pack, if you will, this first conga line to accordion together. Garrett Conrath has parked the car. He is done for the night as well. Off 2.
Yeah, big wiggle there out of Lysenby. He kind of got that second little string of cars back together again. Josh Parker looks like he's going to send it up the inside right underneath.
And Parker loses a spot out of it, gets passed by Bolin. And now Bolin's going to take off here and try and get after Lysenby. Lysenby almost blocks him a little bit down the dog leg. Headed down to turn number 3, but again, we've seen this outside line prevail. Caution is out. We've got trouble on the back straightaway. It's the 83 of David Brown around. We've got more trouble. We've got multiple cars involved. Spencer Ray is parked up against the outside wall. Cosmin Ionescu, the front end of that car, all torn up. He is not loving it right now in that McDonald's machine. And the caution is out for the first time. It started with contact between... Oof. Okay, so David Brown got loose. We'll get a replay. Here it is. So he gets bumped, gets loose on exit. It's Logan Helton that gets into him, comes back up, catches one of the Logitech Gialtis machines. That's not Cozy, and Breyer. And then Cosmin is going to pile right on in as well in this. It was Matt Danson that got collected in that orange, blue, and white machine. Breyer with more damage. Yet again, another race where he can't even get through the first 20 laps, and it was actually Logan Helton that got into the back of Cosmin, who then pushed him into the back of Danson, and then collected Spencer Ray. So Cosmin kind of got used as a cue ball in a sense, as we ride on board.
And just a tough start to the season outside of that FTF 500 win. I mean, it's just been every single week something's going on with this 84. Was really hoping he could turn it around, but doesn't look like his fortune's going to line up that way this week.
Now we ask the age-old question, what about pit stops? What do you do? 7 tires in the pits. Do you decide to pit here? Do you stay out?
Oh,
Well, they're still trying to figure out the caution, so we're not at the choose rule yet. I think that's what they were trying to get at the front, since that is our choose cone as well.
yeah, I believe still have 2 to green. So, but back to pit stops real fast. I mean, 20 laps into this run, I mean, I haven't really seen much in terms of tire wear so far tonight. I think the biggest thing you want to watch is you mean we've seen how the outside lane started to kind of develop, and we saw it there with the battles up front. So maybe these guys that are trying to hug the inside a little more, using up a little more of those tires, and will want to come in. Just their cars are handling better on the bottom. So I think that'll be something to watch tonight for sure.
Here's choose cone. So Blake Reynolds takes the inside, Dylan Alt takes the outside. Kind of surprised since we've seen that outside line work. Reynolds is going to choose the bottom here on this restart.
Well, the bottom's the defensive line. Wonder if Blake Reynolds just wants to stay, where he can, kind of monitor things a little more closely.
All right. 20 laps are complete. Getting ready for the restart. Pace car is off. Reynolds on the inside. Dylan Alt up on the outside. Here they come. Green flag.
Big jump by Reynolds there on the restart. Just courtesy of being the control car on that one. Dylan Alt's looks like he's gonna slip down in front of Listenby. And we'll be side by side for third.
Davey Davis writes in chat and asks if that was a pun on Breyer's sponsor. No, but it works.
Yeah.
It works. I didn't think that far. Yeah. So Reynolds continues to lead side by side for third for a moment, with Lisenby still on the inside, and then Kolinick's up on the outside now as they come off down the back straightaway.
Just witnessed a big wiggle. That was Landon Mills in the 125. He was slipping back and forth. Now he's got Brandon Hawken and Michael Guest behind him. These are two guys that were on the podium last week. And, they're back here, just haven't really had the chance. Whoa, big contact. Patrick Fogel.
Wex is around way back there off of 4 on the apron. We stay green. Not sure what happened with Fogel because, the race cars right now are blinking like a Christmas tree. But here they come off turn 4, and Alt is still trying to hold on to second place because Bolin is right there on him. Here he comes to the inside one.
Another guy to keep your eye on, currently sitting at P11, is Michael Gonzalez. Had a great run last week at Las Vegas. Was his first start and really turned some heads last week. So really want to keep an eye on him. He's side by side with Cozy right now.
Cozy trying to get that outside line to work as here they come down the front straightaway. Blake Reynolds continues to lead side by side for that 4th position. Donnie Strauss and Justin Lisenby.
I mean, just looking around the field right now, there's so many guys that are just so good every week. There's almost just too many to count. I mean, I feel like the top 15 are, usually like top 10, top 5 contenders every week. So really fun right now. Contact between Kolinix and Lisenby there on the front stretch. But as I was saying, just lots of talent to go around, and it really just creates a diverse field in terms of parity every week.
25 laps are complete here from Phoenix in the Kevin McAdams 300K. Blake Reynolds leads the way. He's pretty much led all the way through. Halfway to the stage. As they head back down into turn number 1, these top 3 just trying to scoot away from everybody else.
Yeah, for the most part up front, seeing everybody kind of strung out single file. We have a 3-car breakaway, looks like. Blake Reynolds, Grant Bolin, and Dylan Alt kind of have gapped themselves back to Donnie Strauss right now. Wondering if, them just kind of working together is providing that gap, or...
Bolin trying to do everything he can to catch Reynolds here. Down the back straightaway in his tire tracks. Gaps a car length. Kind of looks to the inside, but he doesn't want to send it quite yet. It's a little early to be making a big move down to the inside, but he's there for a moment. Almost contact off 4.
Side by side. And I think more than anything right now, just trying to figure out how you're going to pass some of these cars that are so dominant like Blake Reynolds. I mean, if you let him, Blake Reynolds is going to lead every single lap of this race. You're going to have to make a move, try to figure out what you need to do with this car when you are in that situation late in the race. Is Dylan Alt's even peaking to make it maybe a 3-wide race for first?
Reynolds got a little bit loose off turn 2, and that allowed Bolin to get to the inside, to the line. Reynolds leads that lap. Alt stays with him up on the high side. They're still side by side into turn number 1. Here comes Bolin back on the bottom. They're even off 2.
Yeah, what a great battle right now. You're just seeing the momentum of that high side. Bolin's obviously taking the shorter way around the track. It's just... he's got to slow that car down just a little more. Is not able to get that quite the run off exit that Blake Reynolds is. We'll see it once again here. Just gets that run off the corner, and he's going to lead another lap.
Still side by side. Reynolds gets a good launch here on the exit, but that 48 is going to hang with him down on the bottom. And here comes Alt. Just kind of riding in line in that 3rd spot. And Reynolds way up the hill. Here comes Bolin. He's clear for the lead. Here comes Alt. He won 2nd. You've got Strauss waiting back there. Reynolds able to clear himself for that 2nd spot.
And that really is just a great blueprint, I think, for Grant Bolin later tonight. Whoa, we got a spinner on the front stretch.
It's Kevin McAdams that's going around, the sponsor for the race. Green.
A tough break there. We'll take it back to the leaders. Kind of started to single file out now, just kind of riding around again, but what a fun few laps there for the lead.
And not only for the lead of the race, the stage win on the line here in less than 20 laps from now.
I think now.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was, Blake Reynolds just wanting to see how he kind of rebounds from that, because he's had the advantage of clean air all night. So, just how does this 66 battle back? You're coming to 20 to go on the stage, or just past it. And, how are you going to get that lead back for the stage win?
Well, since these guys didn't pit, my worry with Reynolds is that he may have pushed those tires a little further than they could go. And now he's just kind of running with what he's got left, and Bolin might be in the best seat here. Even though they were battling for the lead, he might have saved his stuff enough where he can make it to the end of the stage and not have to worry about his times falling off too much. Lap car of Kazmanao and Eshu is right up in front of them here, as 34 laps are complete.
And I mean, that's something to monitor all night, is just, who's saving their tires the best. I want to, take a look real fast. Somebody who saved their tires so well last week that it, catapulted him to the front of the race and contention for the win at the end. Michael Guest. He's sitting top 5 right now, P5. And, all of that is just from conserving his stuff, not using it. And, I have a feeling he's going to be right back up here at the end.
Not a matter of if he gets up to the front, but when he gets up to the front. Started 16th. He's in that P5 spot right now, trying to catch up to Donnie Strauss. As there you see that black 74. And right behind them, battle Wyatt Tinsley, Alex Kolinix, Michael Cozy Jr. in there, as well as Omar Diallo.
Yeah, this is a fun little battle we got going. 2x2 right now. And once again, it's that same thing that we saw for the lead earlier. It's that inside lane. Gonzalez has the advantage on the low line, but Cozy and Kolinix on the outside just get that run and keep their momentum up.
This is the best battle we've got going on the racetrack right now. 5 cars under a blanket with Kenny Brady back there. And Rabideau has joined the party as well as they come off 2.
I was about to say, don't sleep on Rabideau. He wants to make it 6. But right now, looks like really keeping an eye on Kenny Brady right here. It looks like he's going to try to make it 3 wide on the outside of Cozy.
Tried it, but it didn't work. So now he's got to get back in line, and the front of that pack settles down. And now they're going to go 3 wide again. Diallo slams the door shut in turn 1.
Yeah, you really got to be careful with 3 wide here at Phoenix, especially when you're dealing with a Phoenix that isn't as banked as real life Phoenix. I mean, there's just
trouble. Straight away. Caution is out. Coming off turn 2, it's Patrick Fogel and somebody else, Logan Helton, that brings out the second caution flag of the day, just 10 laps away. Make it 11 laps away from what would have been the stage break. We'll get a replay here.
Yeah, we saw a similar occurrence happen earlier with Patrick Fogel. I mean, he's just been the rough end of these deals tonight, just kind of getting bumped into from the back. And with these next-gen cars, there's just, again, so little room for error. We'll see it right here. Just the 55, 32 just drives up on him and clips him right in that quarter. Nothing to do.
So caution flags out for the second time tonight. The question now is, do you pit? Everybody, for the most part, says yes, with the exception of one key driver, Blake Reynolds. He stays out. Everyone else pulls the trigger and is on pit road. As, I think you saw, Bolin, he overshot his box. He had to back up. That's going to cost him a lot of time. Over the line. See, Oates does the same thing. He has to back up into his stall. If they come off pit road, who in the world is that? That Ryan Nalraki winning the race off pit road. He missed his pit, that's why.
I'm really just at a loss for words for this Blake Reynolds strategy. I mean, unless he knows something that we don't, which is entirely possible. I mean, we already started to see his tires, fall off a little bit on that last run, and now, you potentially might not have a caution for the next, 20 or 30 laps, which has been kind of the going the night so far. So interesting call. Don't know if this is, plays into a bigger strategy here, but just interesting for sure.
So second place driver in points in Blake Reynolds, and looking at the points, here we go. How about that segue? So Cosman, Blake, Mercurio, and Alt all with wins this season. 4 races, 4 different winners, and then you've got the rest with Brandon Hawken in 5th, and Michael Guest, Michael Frisch, Nate Stewart, Donnie Strauss, Ryan Nalraki, and so on and so on and so on. And Mercurio there in that 3rd spot. Remember, he is not here. He qualified, but did not make the show.
We'll see again here. Looks like our choose cone. We're going to have Blake Reynolds going to the inside. I'm still just perplexed at that pit strategy move. We'll see how it works out here for him on this restart, though.
So 43 laps will be complete. We'll have 7 to go on the restart in stage number 1. How about Jake Poulin? He also stayed out. He's going to start in the 2nd position. He's got some damage to the back end of that 00 Brant Chevrolet. And we'll see what happens.
Couple new faces up here this restart. Really interested to see how, guys like Jake Poulin, Kevin King's up here for the first time today. Just interested to see how they behave up here at the front of the field.
Here they come. Back into the restart zone. Green flag. An early jump from Reynolds. I think he knows that he's got to run for his life. Here they go into 1. Bolin kind of peeks to the inside. Thought about 3 wide. Poulin gets shuffled up out of the way. He's now stuck 3 wide on the outside off 2.
Side by side for the lead down the backstretch. Dylan Alt.
Trouble.
Caution.
Yep, caution's out. It's trouble behind him. Robert Dorman involved in this one. Matt Danson involved in it.
Yeah, not entirely sure what happened there. Was so focused on the battle for the lead.
Oh, Patrick Fogel again. And my iRacing's broken and I can't see anything. So Caleb, take us through what happened.
I got it right here. So Patrick Fogel again in this what seemed to be treacherous turn 1 tonight. Just another unfortunate circumstance where he's going to get driven into on the left side. Just more contact. And he cannot seem to stay out of trouble tonight, even if it may not be his fault. Just a rough night so far for this neon green machine. Take a more overhead look here. The 46 just washes up and gets into him, and just really nothing you can do. Kevin McAdams collected in that as well. One other additional car that I didn't catch. But just an unfortunate race so far for Patrick Fogel. Keep in mind, we're on lap 46 here. We're coming up to the end of the stage, so Dylan Alt currently looks like he has the lead. And on fresh tires, he's sitting pretty.
Yeah, I didn't see the pass for the lead, but scoring gives Dylan Alt the spot. Then Blake Reynolds, then Strauss, Bolin, and Poulin your top 5. We will get one more restart here before this stage ends, so we should have roughly 2 or 3 laps to go to settle this first stage in the Kevin McAdams 300.
Yeah, just went back and checked, and it looks like Dylan Alt did have a slight nose on the inside of the dog leg when that caution came out, so he is credited with the lead.
No real takers here on these pit stops here for the stage, which makes sense since most of these guys did just pit and Those that haven't, well, at this point, I think they've pretty much made their beds here as to what they're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, Blake Reynolds is at this point, you know, he's trying to stay out for these stage points. Really, I'm pretty sure he was hoping he could drive away a little bit on that restart and have Dylan Alt have to use up his stuff a little more to get to him. But obviously, we saw how that played out side by side. Then that caution came out at a really inopportune time. So we'll see how Dylan Alt is as the control car. You know, we've seen that control car get huge launches on these restarts. So interested to see if Blake Reynolds is going to be able to, you know, kind of anticipate that start a little bit, or if Dylan Alt's just going to leave him in the dust.
And you got to watch Pullen in the background as well there, P5 on those old tires, because he got shuffled out of the way quick there in turn 1. Here's the choose cone. Reynolds chooses the outside. Alt chooses the inside. Here for this restart, which will give us 3 laps to settle it. Make it 2 laps to settle it in stage 1.
Yeah, and I mean, right now, I mean, if you're some of these guys up front on fresh tires, you know, maybe you're using this as experience for, you know, one of your later race restarts. You know, maybe you get a green-white checkered at the end of this thing. I mean, this whole next-gen car is just, everything's about learning right now. And I feel like this is about as perfect a situation as ever to learn what you're going to have to do to get a win here tonight.
Getting ready for the restart. Alt and Reynolds side by side. Reynolds on old tires. He has not pitted yet. We will have 2 laps to settle it. At least this first stage. Remember, no caution at the end of this stage, or any stage for that matter. Here we go, into the restart zone. Green flag, 2 to go in stage 1.
And looks like we already have a caution. I'm not sure what's happening.
What? No. Yeah?
We are slowing down. Yeah, caution is out. And I believe that will be the stage. Not sure what happened, but Justin did throw the caution. Looking through here, and everybody seems to be okay. Not sure. Listening to radio chatter, trying to figure out what's going on.
Were they just not ready?
From what it sounds like, yeah, a lot of these guys weren't in the right spots, and I guess they had to throw the yellow to kind of correct this running order.
So Dylan Alt wins stage 1. Then it should be Reynolds, Strauss, Bull, and Pull in your top 5. And this has to be the stage end because we're going to pass lap 50 here, I would imagine, even though Dylan Alt is now at a crawl down the back straightaway.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, our entire lead pack is coming to a stop on the back.
Oh, we have an answer. Admin Justin Melillo. Wrong button. Oopsies.
These things happen.
I think you meant to clear black flags, and he hit the caution by mistake. That's why we went to caution right away.
So is this officially the first Mickey Mouse stage win?
Well, no, because they are extending the stage from what I'm learning. I don't know to when, or how, or why. But,
yeah, I'm seeing that, looks like we'll have some sort of stage overtime going on.
Only in FTF, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so choose cone here, I guess? No.
Just trying to listen to radio chatter and figure out what's going on. It seems like this next time by will be going green.
Yeah, lights are out. So we're going to get 2 laps to settle it, I imagine, then?
Yeah, 2 laps. Justin just confirmed 2 laps to settle the stage here.
Okay.
So, sounds like lap 53. And FTF admins are just saying 2 laps under green is the specification to finish the stage. Not sure if that includes future cautions or what. But we'll figure it out. Coming to the stage in right here. 2 laps to settle it. Dylan Alt on the inside, Blake Reynolds on the outside.
Here we go. Take 2 to finish stage 1. 2 laps to settle it, green flag.
So same thing happening here that I was going to comment on the last restart before we got that yellow, but Blake Reynolds just a slow start with Donnie Strauss now to his inside. He's just almost like an anchor's attached to the back of that race car. Grant Boland's now going to get around him. He's going to fall down to 4th. Dylan Alt pulling away with the lead.
Into 3 and 4, they'll take the white flag this time. How about Kevin King? Now in this P5 spot, pulling up the hill, bouncing off Cozy. He saves it. 1 to go in stage 1. Remember, we keep going after the stage is over. So Alt's got 1 more lap to win stage 1, and then we're into stage 2.
Yeah, Poulin is dropping like a rock right now, just out of control right now. Hawken as well.
Yep, Hawken goes by, and Poulin just goes up by the wall. In the wall he goes.
Cozy, Blake Reynolds.
Oh, trouble, there we go. Look out, track is blocked. We go under caution. It's Cozy and Blake Reynolds. Rocky is involved. Another car around just
Andy
at the
Margot.
bottom of your screen. That's Andy Margot. And Reynolds just pushes Cozy out of the way. So that means that your stage 1 winner is Dylan Alt. I think. They didn't finish the lap under green, but I assume they're just going to take it. We'll take a look here and see what happened. It all bottlenecked there with Blake Reynolds, rather. And that's where the chaos all started. And here we go. Oh, Cozy just got loose.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and Cozy, just the car got out from underneath him, and Blake Reynolds was just unfortunately on the top there. Nowhere for Blake Reynolds to go. Nothing Cozy really could have done. Just kind of a racing deal there.
And now Rocky just kind of comes to a stop to avoid him up on the high side. Here's another angle. And, yeah, just pretty much got sucked around there on the bottom. And remember, Cozy was on fresh tires. 66 was not.
Yeah, you could just really feel the intensity kind of ramp up there with that stage in right there. Everybody was kind of thrown a little off kilter with that that first caution and the stage overtime, but got through it for the most part pretty cleanly. Besides that little scuff up there.
Caleb, why don't we talk with our stage 1 winner if we can here, Dylan Alt?
That would be nice. Dylan Alt. Where is he? He's dead.
Not here. Cool. All right.
We can talk to somebody else. Yeah.
We could talk with Jake Poulin. I know you said that him and Michael Guest apparently had some issues there after the restart.
Yeah, it sounded like Jake Poulin was a little angry. We can pull him up.
Talk about that and then the strategy call that got him up there. So let's talk with him.
All right. Jake Poulin, how are we doing?
Hello.
We saw a little bit of an unorthodox strategy call for you that puts you up at the front row on one of those last restarts. Just talk us through, what was kind of the mindset and, how we got to that point.
So basically all I'm trying to do is seal some stage points. I was kind of just in the way out there on old tires, which understandable, I got run over a little bit. But it worked out last week, but it didn't quite work out this week.
Yeah, just the old tires, I mean, was it just like a, kind of a combination of the old tires plus everybody else on the fresh tires, or was it, just kind of Phoenix, being Phoenix?
Yeah, I'm just, at this point, I was on 45 lap tires, and I was just in the way out there. And also trying to save a set of tires too, so I have more for the end. So now I got 5 sets left for the rest of the race, so I'm feeling pretty good.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. We'll let you get back going. This restart's about to get underway. So once again, thank you for your time.
Jake Poulin, who's pitted now. And what?
Looks like our caution just got extended, so might be trying to...
Well, yeah, people got too many laps back because Parker was our leader for a moment. So, yeah. There we go.
Yeah, we'll
Being
get
told that
everything sorted.
Cozy got a drive-through penalty under this caution flag. Was it for... He'll get it on the restart. What? What? What did he do?
Potentially for that caution, maybe?
That's awfully harsh if it's for the caution. There's got to be something else in there. Wreck points, maybe. Do broadcasters have a way to look at that and maybe figure that out? Oh, here we go. Penalty wreck score. Well, hold on. I'll find it here sooner or later. Nonetheless, getting ready for the restart.
I guess while Jacob looks for wreck points, we'll take you through here. We got Dylan Alt on the inside, Donnie Strauss on the outside. First time these two have kind of been side by side on this front row. Kevin King, after a little bit of a gutsy strategy call earlier, has found his way into third, kind of riding around up here. Grant Boland's been up here all night. Michael Guest was, in the top 5 earlier, kind of faded back a little bit. He's found his way back up. Wyatt Tinsley will take it here. Pace car is about to dip onto pit road. Dylan Alt has the restart in his hands. Green flag. Alt gets a great jump. Boland's going to be side by side with Strauss. Going down into turn number 1. Boland still to the inside of Strauss. Little bit of contact. Strauss saves it though. We stay green. And single filing out for the most part. Actually, Kevin King looks like he's going to dip to the inside of Graham Boland. He's going to drive up a little contact between the 29 and the 48. They're side by side down the front stretch. Kevin King still has a nose in on Boland. Guest drives it in behind him. Boland's going to get a great run out of turn number 2 down the backstretch. That 48 is going to clear the 29 after a couple laps of hard battling there. Tinsley as well. He has Guest down to the inside. Still side by side. Tinsley with a great run. Tinsley's right behind King. Guest just not enough to clear him right now, but must be really frustrating for the Wyatt Tinsley machine. As you see, we have the onboard with them on in the sim and in real life. You can see he's absolutely wheeling that thing. Michael Guest still to his inside. Tinsley driving up the track just a little bit, trying to back up that corner to get a good runoff exit. Michael Guest looks like he's going to have a little bit of an advantage. No, now Tinsley's going to come flying back. Guest going to drive it in deep, try to clear Tinsley. And it looks like he's finally going to do it, so we'll get single file back. Now for the front 7, 8, 9 cars, looks like.
Strauss still hanging in close on Alt, but you see this giant string of cars from 4th on back. Kevin King kind of just the cork in the bottle here. Everybody bottlenecking behind him.
Yeah, just like you said, a stack-up effect. Now Michael Guest going to get to the inside of Kevin King. Still nothing there. There's not going to be able to get around him. I mean, it's kind of that frustrating zone of, you can tell that you're faster than this 29, but he's, Ryan Newman-esque, definitely not going to let you pass.
Down the front straightaway, and King doing everything he can. Remember, everybody now on the same tire strategy, at least up here at the front. So it's not like we're worried too much on tire strategy here. 65 laps will be complete this time by. Let's see here they come through 3.
Yeah, still just no. Let Tinsley into the wall hard.
Oh, Kolonix up in the air goes Wyatt Tinsley. Huge crash and the caution flag is out. Oh my God, look at that. It's a parking lot. It's the big one on the front stretch at Phoenix. More than a dozen cars involved in a horrible crash coming off corner number 4.
In a Phoenix 2011-esque just absolute pileup. I don't know if I've ever seen a wreck that big at Phoenix. We had cars up in the air. My goodness, and it just started a hard hit right here. You'll see the replay. Wyatt Tinsley. Just a horrible crash.
Hawking. And then they come back up across the track. They don't hold the brake. Ryan Nowrocki spins into it. There you see Blake Reynolds getting a piece of it. Kolonix with a horrible ride. Brian LaPrade just pushing somebody through the pile, trying to get him going. Kevin McAdams with damage. Guys didn't hold the brake and came back across the racetrack and blocked it for everybody behind him.
Yeah, we'll get another angle here. You see Wyatt Tinsley. That's Gonzalez. I think Tinsley just tries to come down in front of Gonzalez. That room isn't there. He bounces off Kolonix, Omar Diallo, Brandon Hawken. It's just a stack up Lysenby. And you have Josh Parker right there as well. And a horrible ride for Wyatt Tinsley. His race would be surprised if it wasn't coming to an end right here. We'll look at Kolonix. And you see just nowhere really for him to go as he just gets hit and almost catapulted across the racetrack. And then he just comes down. And it's just a stack up from there. That might be top 5 wildest wrecks I've ever seen at Phoenix. Like, my goodness.
That's...
Omar
Wow.
Diallo on board here. Oh my God.
Hard hit for Diallo. Hawken, big damage. And they just didn't hold the brakes. And here come the cavalry. Look out. And just guys in the back just couldn't stop quick enough. You see Kevin getting pushed in there. Oh.
Man.
Trash heap. All right, well. Do we want to talk to anybody about that? Hey, Michael Buford says he made it. So there's one. There's one that made it.
I want to talk to... We could potentially get Alex Kolonix up here. We'll see if we can talk to him. Alex, how are we doing?
Hello.
That was very scary to watch from the booth, to say the least. How did it feel inside the race car?
It felt like just another week at FTF. Seems to happen all the time to me, man.
Yeah, I mean, just nowhere really to go for you. I mean, once you were kind of involved in that, was it just, nothing you can really do, or?
Yeah, pretty much. I got sent towards the inside wall and then backed up into traffic because for some reason these brakes don't lock up like the old cars, so I had the brakes on. It still kept rolling back. So got even more damage on top of it, but, day's pretty much done. I'm just going to be limping around just to get laps down by this point.
I got you. A really tough break for you. Sorry that it went that way, and we'll see you.
Wyatt Tinsley's here as well, Caleb.
Hit him up. Wyatt Tinsley, wild wreck for you on the front stretch.
Yeah,
just take us through it.
I was trying to just make it through the corner. I guess I got a little loose, and David Brown, or not David Brown, sorry, he's rent free in my head right now. No, but Michael didn't. I got loose, came down to check a little bit. I was just trying to file in behind Guest there because he was pushing the issue. And I got loose, and then I guess he didn't have enough time to check up. But I was still like half throttled through the corner. And then he just hit me, and then I was no like saving that shit. No, not at all. Like I could save it, and I guess the rest is, I guess I might have snidered. I don't know. Something like that, but. Yeah, I was just starting my season. I've DNF'd pretty much 3 races now. Got 4th last week. You just back it up. Go next week.
Yeah, tough break today. Better luck next week at Phoenix.
Yeah, I
Or
apologize.
Atlanta, excuse me.
Yeah, I apologize. Everyone was in there. I think that was the whole field. I'm not sure though. Yeah. You have a nice one.
Yep. Thank you for your time.
We're back green. Dylan Alt continues to lead the way here after the restart. Bull in second, Strauss in third. King and Guest side by side for fourth, off two.
And seeing just, a few new faces up in this top 10 now. I mean, Nathan Rabideau's kind of stuck his head. Jonathan Oates, Michael Cozy Jr., who was involved in an accident earlier. I mean, that huge wreck is just shaking up this top 10.
Bull and trying to close it in. Of course, remember the stage break here is at lap 100. So they've got a little ways yet till we get to crunch time for this second stage, but Bolin is trying to just bowl his way through and get to the back bumper of that 400 and try and make a pass here and get by Alt and prevent him from going back to back.
I mean, Dylan Alt this week is kind of picking up where he left off, just kind of feeding off the misfortune of Blake Reynolds so far these last 2 weeks. And it seems when Blake Reynolds has, tough luck or, anything can happen in these races, it's just Dylan Alt's there to capitalize. And that's what you got to do, and especially in a format like this where wins mean so much.
Everybody's pretty much single filed out now throughout this entire field, and maybe they're just going to kind of ride around for a little bit, let things breathe with that big crash that we had. A lot of cars with damage. Logan Helton sideways, and look out! Holy cow, what a slide from Lisenby up over the double jump.
No.
A hard hit into the outside wall. The 83 piles it on in. More trouble. They keep piling it in turn 3. Yet another caution flag. Oh my gosh.
Goodness. We saw
That-
off-road. I mean, that went out of control really quickly there.
You ain't kidding. Let's get a replay here if we can. Another wild wreck here from Phoenix.
Yeah, you'll see it right here. Just keep your foot in it, apparently.
Not good for the diffuser, that much I know. And then he comes back, doesn't even get all the way on the racetrack, and just, I think, the transition, he just lost grip with the rear of the car. And then it's calamity, and everybody just tried to avoid, but the track is just completely blocked with the 76 down low and then the 83 spinning up high.
Well, yeah, you see it right here. I mean, he gets it back, and then as soon as he hits that pavement, it's just out of control. And then, once again, just really unfortunate that you don't have anywhere to go at that point because, he just loses it and goes up into the wall.
Another hard hit.
How many airborne crashes have we seen in the same race at Phoenix? I mean, I feel like we're setting records here in FTF tonight.
Seriously, that's more airborne cars I think I've seen here than ever. Old or new layout of this racetrack.
I mean, my goodness. I mean, we've seen cars nearly upside down on the front stretch. We've seen cars jumping like, ATVs on the back stretch. I mean, it's just nowhere safe here at Phoenix, apparently. You wanna talk to some folks?
We could talk with Spencer Ray. He was involved in that accident. Let's talk with Spencer Ray. Caleb?
Spencer Ray, it's been a somewhat of a tough night for you. Just, can't seem to find your way out of trouble tonight. Talk us through your night.
I just got caught up in that first wreck, and I've been pitting every caution to keep fixing my damage. Still got 30 seconds left on it.
I got you. Just kind of a once you get that initial damage, just you're kind of behind the rest of the night, just trying to catch up type thing.
Yeah, just I've got engine damage, so.
Oh no. Tough luck tonight. I mean, how many cautions do you think you need to, kind of get back up in this thing?
Probably just one more to get all my damage fixed, but I think I'm a tire set or 2 less than most people, so that's not great.
Well, hopefully it'll work out in your favor. One more caution in terms of damage. We'll be driving good. Tires are a little bit of an issue, but yeah, we'll see how it plays out for sure. Getting ready to go back green here. Thank you for your time, and talk to you here soon, hopefully.
Yep, thanks.
All right.
There was the choose cone. How about Strauss in second here, going with the outside?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it, you know, I think as the run develops, the outside lane is the place to be, but definitely on these short little stints that we've kind of been getting, the bottom is the kind of place to be on these short run restarts. So especially when you're, you know, Dylan Alt and you got that control car. So we'll see how it goes here.
I'm not in sim, so I can't check it, but Boland's now in 10th, so I presume we had stops and those in the top 7 or 8, maybe in top 9 did not pit. We'll find out. Here we go. Green flag with 21 to go in stage 2. Green flag.
Oh, big stack up. Strauss got. Oh. Wow. Just a huge. I don't know if that was wheel spin or what, but that entire outside lane just stacked up huge. And now Kevin King's looking back to the inside. And yeah, as you said, just, you know, if you thought last restart had lots of new faces, I mean, now we have Ethan Corder and Jonathan Oates is up inside the top 5. McAdams has had a, you know, pretty rough night. He's 3 wide right now, actually, between him and Grant Boland. Spencer Ray on the outside, who we just talked to, is losing tons of time. Oh, Grant Boland, big loose off the corner.
Oh, trouble! Another up in the air! Oh, into the catch fence! Drivers go underneath him! Fogel drives through him! Another car drives underneath him! A third member of the Space Force, this time it's Parker. Michael Frisch is involved. The caution flag is out yet again.
How many big ones can we have at Phoenix in one race? That was...
4 halfway!
That is undoubtedly the wildest wreck I've ever seen at Phoenix. Josh Parker just... He went up into the catch fence. Thank God this is a virtual thing, so we don't have to red flag it. But up into the catch fence, started rolling over on the front stretch, slid, and then rolled over again in turn 1. We'll see it right here. Just 3 wide contact. Spencer Ray, then he gets clipped in that catch fence, hit on the roof, then driven under, starts flipping, slides a little bit, then starts rolling over once again. Oh my goodness.
What is happening?
Is it like full cloud cover over Phoenix the same thing as a full moon at any short track? Because I mean, it feels like one of those races right now.
Robert Dorman involved in this one as well. Ugh.
And what a ride for Josh Parker.
That was, yeah, here's the onboard. This is with Spencer Ray. This ought to be good.
Yeah, this is the car that initiates the contact for Josh Parker to send him up in the air, and you see he just gets clipped in. He just gets thrown by the catch fence. I mean, the catch fence is like the equivalent of like Miles the Monster, and just how he threw that card. My goodness, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
One last angle. Full speed. Oh my gosh. And then hit by Fogel and then gets hit again. There you see Dorman. My, oh my.
And all of this has happened so far, and we still have 100 laps to go in this thing. I mean, there's going to be plenty more where that came from, I think.
Yeah. 84 laps are complete. We're going to take a moment and help pay for the funeral services of Josh Parker after that crash. And we're going to go take a break. We'll be back after this here on FTF.GG from the Kevin McAdams 300K. Dylan Alt, your race leader. Back for the restart here on FTF.GG. 100 laps to go. Alton Strauss on the restart. Alt chose the outside line this time around. Green flag. And here we go. 3 wide already. Bolin is a man on a mission, I think on fresh tires, trying to claw his way through the field and pick up a stage win.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think you wouldn't want to be poking the bear per se by going 3 wide once again with all these massive accidents we've been having, but these guys really aren't too scared of it seems, as we still have lots of side-by-side battling going on throughout the field.
Through turn 2, top 5 single file, and you've got Bolin now in that 5th position. Trying to work on Ethan Corder here and get by for the 4th spot, and then look toward Kevin King in that 3rd spot.
Yeah, and for the most part, Corder got really loose. Graham Bolin stuck the car to the inside there. Might have just disrupted the air off that 62. Now Michael Guest down on the inside. Really got that 62 out of control.
And there goes Corder, Guest to the inside. See you later. He takes over the spot.
That's for 5th.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of these guys up front have just really calmed down, and they've been fairly calm for the entire race. It's just back in the pack. I mean, they're just all over the place, it seems. I mean, at the moment, they're really calm. Maybe some trauma after those wrecks earlier. Seems like we've had 2 or 3 big ones, but for the most part, everybody's just smooth and calm at the moment.
Well, you would think with the big wrecks that we've seen now, 1, we're whittling down the cars we have left, and 2, these guys realize that maybe they should take it easy for the rest of the way, as we're coming this time to 9 laps to go here in stage number 2. Remember, there is no stage break. We keep on racing after we cross the stage. Alt continues to lead. Strauss trying to close in the gap, and Rabideau getting past. Here comes Chris Wetz to the inside. Logan Helton right behind. Not right behind because that's a lap car. Actually, that's Seth Knoll that's there.
Yeah, just kind of still looking through the field, trying to find everybody, and it's just, I think everybody for the most part riding around to the stage. We got the occasional battle. We got Chris Wetz right now looking to the inside, and then up front it's just the Dylan Alt show so far. Donnie Strauss is still where he left off at Las Vegas, but you know, just doesn't seem to have anything at the moment for the 400. Michael Cozy Jr. looks like he's going to be looking to the inside a quarter here. This is 4P number 6. Not going to quite get to him in the middle of the corner there.
See the lap car just trying to get out of the way. That's Brown.
Yeah, David Brown.
He's been involved in a couple of big wrecks, and here comes Cozy to the inside. We saw what happened earlier when Cozy went down to the inside. And Blake Reynolds got loose and got up into him, but he's had a nice rebound since then, that drive-through penalty, which helped him avoid that huge one off turn 4. As everybody was starting to clear, it was when he finally got to the accident scene.
And, you know, it seems kind of crazy after these last few runs, but, you know, we could very well find ourselves in a 20-25 lap green flag run here. Knock on wood, if you will. But, you know, early on, we had, you know, what felt like runs like this, but after the last, like, 30 laps or so with what seems like every big one in existence happening, this is a good change of pace for this field, just riding around, trying to get to the end of this race. Continue looking here. This battle, this is Michael Gonzalez, Ethan Corder, and Michael Cozy Jr. Cozy seems like he's pulling away a little bit. We'll look in the backstretch.
Trouble! Spencer Ray cautions out.
Bad night gets worse for that 6 machine. My goodness.
I think this is caution number 8.
I think it's caution number yes.
Cool. All right. Replay.
Yeah, just clips that transition and spins it around. Same thing that happened to Lysenby earlier, except nobody was really on the outside at the exact time he spun to crash into.
Just to go on board with him live now. Beat up thing. Probably got some more damage to fix now on it.
Yeah, might be more than one caution for tonight.
Yeah. Now, is this the stage? Because we're going to get a restart here, I think, with 1 to go.
Yeah, I believe
if we're
though.
lucky. Well, Strauss is on pit road. So that tells me that that's it. Even though Alt stayed out.
Yeah, I'm trying to listen here for official word. But I believe... No, I believe we are going back. Dylan Alt just made a reference to a restart here for the stage with 1 to go.
Okay.
So not sure what the call would be on the Strauss machine, but... And looking through right now, I believe we are on caution number 9. I just counted all of them. So caution number 9 so far is my unofficial
Cool.
count. So lights stay on. You gonna try to talk to somebody else? You can talk to somebody.
Yeah, we can. Why not?
Let's drag up. See if we can talk to Blake Reynolds, who's kind of had a quiet night after some rough ups. Blake Reynolds, you up in the FTF.GG booth. Rough night so far. How we doing? How we planning to rebound?
Well, I'm getting my tires here. I just got my free pass. I don't know what else to do. I don't know. I'm just chugging along here. I wanted to try to get stage points earlier. I stayed out. And then unfortunately, Cozy just bombed it in there and wrecked my shit. So, not really sure what he was doing. He did apologize, and I guess I'll be neutrally angry at him for the rest of the race. But that's kind of my general feel for the race. Oh, I gotta choose.
Inside.
Top.
Ah.
Yeah, that's about it. We'll see what happens here. I'll probably be involved in another pileup. The car's still good though. Engine is still good. I'm not sure about aero because we haven't gone green and I haven't been on even tires, so we'll see right here.
All right. Well, coming back to the restart. Good luck. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We apologize for that language. Like, I haven't accidentally said worse on a broadcast before. Nonetheless, coming to 85 to go. So, what's the deal? Is this... We get 2 laps to settle the stage again? Is that what we're doing here?
Yeah, stage will end 101 per Justin.
Okay.
So this will be white flag, then stage end.
So, a 1 lap dash. Good lord. Green flag. 85 to go. So, next time by the stage ends.
Michael Guest driving it in big time. Michael Cozy in third. He's going to clear quarter.
Clear for the moment. Guest scoots away, trying to set something up on Alt for the stage win. Here they come into 3 and 4. Guest gets a run, gets to the back bumper, but that's all he can do off the corner. Dylan Alt wins stage 2.
And great runs there at the end of the stage for guys like Michael Guest, Michael Gonzalez, Kevin McAdams too. I mean, he's kind of been, oh, trouble. We got Nathan Rabideau.
Into the wall. Keeps it rolling. Watch the transition. We're good.
Good.
Stays green.
Yeah, he wasn't going 150 onto the transition, so it worked out a little better that time. Good save by Rabideau, and we'll take it back. Dylan Alt, Michael Guest looking down to the inside again. Michael Guest just creeping on up throughout this race, and here he is, 83 laps to go, and he's fighting who's been the dominant car of the day, Dylan Alt.
2 drivers in the eNASCAR, how about the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series? That's what they're on. Fighting for the win here at Phoenix. Of course, we'll see them on Tuesday night from a version of Atlanta. We still don't know what, but we'll see them at a version of Atlanta on Tuesday in these next-gen cars.
Old Atlanta.
Interesting. Okay, coming to 81 to go.
But yeah, I mean, oh, Naraki.
Ryan Naraki, caution flags out. That's turn 3. Actually, just out of the dogleg in the back straightaway, headed to turn 3. And that thing is destroyed.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just a collection from the numerous big ones tonight or if that was recently accrued damage. We'll get a look here in a second, but just really tonight it's been a tough run for lots of guys, and it looks like right here,
Oh.
yeah, gonna get into whoa, big jump. Oh my goodness, that is our 4th car that has gotten some type of big air tonight. My goodness.
He hit the same spot that was hit earlier. That same transition. Oh,
My
that's where the
goodness.
damage came from. Oh, look out, everybody else.
Our 4th car, I mean,
Them Duke boys at it again, right on board.
that was an A-grade reference.
I appreciate it.
But man, I feel like DW right now. How many cars are we going to have left at the end of this race?
This is ridiculous.
My goodness, I mean,
80 laps to go, and we've sent 4 cars to the Space Force tonight.
yeah. Kevin McAdams might need to call up the Air Force. How many cars have been up in the air tonight?
Did not realize that Phoenix was a low gravity zone. My goodness.
Yeah, we got the Beam MG low gravity, like the moon gravity going on right now.
The only thing we're missing is the Wreckfest pinball mod, and we'd be all set.
Well, actually, with some of those front flip catching shenanigans, I mean, we've had some pinball action tonight. So, I mean, I think we're doing good.
Can we talk with the newest member of our Space Force? He is here, right?
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's talk with No Rocky.
Ryan Naraki, FTF.GG booth. You just got sent to space. How's it feel?
Yeah, that was pretty neat. Fits right in with the rest of the night.
Yeah, I mean, just lots of big wrecks happening tonight. I mean, is it just kind of a stack up? Like once you get involved in something, it's just kind of hard to rebound from it tonight so far. Or
Yeah, the track's it's really narrow, and we keep getting restarts. I think if we got a 15-lap run, we'd probably go green. I could see us going green the rest of the way if we could make it there, but I don't know that we ever will. So, yeah, it's been a rough night. Looking forward to next week.
yeah, it seems to be the common consensus so far tonight. Thank you for your time, Ryan. We'll get you back.
Yep, thanks, guys.
And yeah, I mean, just so far tonight, it seemed like just lots of calamity, lots of craziness happening. Just really tough nights for lots of guys who are really far up in points.
And of course, I don't know if you mentioned this or not, but Mercurial who's not here. Did make the race. Another guy high up in points that isn't going to get much of any help from tonight.
I mean, it probably softens the blow a little bit, thinking that, most of your guys around you have been upside down tonight, but we'll get back going.
All right. So, pace car will come in. 77 laps to go here on the restart. Michael Guest and Gonzalez will bring us down for the restart. Green flag. Dylan Holt back in the 11th position.
Yeah, I think just a result of differing strategies there. I mean, Michael Guest, Michael Gonzalez have been up front all night. Graham Bolin, who has a little bit of front-end damage at this point, but is still a really sporty race car up front. We'll see if they're going to be able to hold off certainly soon to be hard-charging number 400.
And he's trying to go up the middle with Blake Reynolds and Patrick Fogel. I can't believe Fogel's still in this race. And what?
Yeah, it looks like we have a car around.
With the 63, that's Ryan Pandicio.
No caution.
Yeah, because it's out of the way. I thought Patrick Fogel and Dylan Alt were going to be a caution, and here they still are, battling it out all over the back bumper of Blake Reynolds. Is Dylan Alt going, oh, he turns him! There goes Reynolds, he's into the wall! Keeps it up there. Still green.
Yeah, tough night gets worse for Blake Reynolds. Just nothing seems to be going his way tonight.
And Dylan Alt just kind of pushed him into the corner and bumped him again and got him sideways. Battle for the lead. Here comes Bolin to the front. Gets by Michael Guest.
Yeah, we'll see here. Guest looks like he's trying to put up a fight on the outside, but to no avail. Graham Bolin will clear Michael Guest down the front stretch and lead lap number 111, which gives us 74 to go.
That Charlotte Phoenix Toyota out in front. I think for the first time tonight, but here comes... Oh, Breyer! Breyer into the wall! Huge hit for Breyer LaPrade. I think he just got loose all by his own. We stay green again.
Yeah, I feel like some of this is, after some of these huge stack-ups and pile-ups we've had, now that we're kind of, 5 or 6 laps into this run, might be a little hesitant to throw a caution. And, good call. I mean, Breyer LaPrade obviously will probably be upset about it, but nobody else really involved in that.
Here comes Kevin King to the inside of Michael Guest for the second position. Gonzalez right behind him.
Kevin King around Guest for P2.
Oh, no. Oh, Blake Reynolds in more trouble. Away from everybody else and just mowed the grass on the back straightaway. How nice of him. So here's Dylan Alt now in P5, closing in on Gonzalez, Guest, and King, trying to march his way back to the front.
Yeah, and looking right now, I mean, everybody is, around 17. So Graham Bolin and Kevin King right now are 17 laps on tires. And then you'll look at Michael Guest and Gonzalez, and they're 38. They're almost 40 laps on tires right now. And then you have Dylan Alt. You'll see how easy he makes this look. Is not even 10 laps into this set right here. He's going to just drive around Gonzalez, no problem. And now he's going to get his eyes set on Michael Guest in the 74, who, again, is just on extremely old tires at this point. It's just, you see that drive off. He's able to grip the bottom of the corner and just easily get around.
69 laps to go this time by as Alt takes over the third spot and now sets his eyes on the back bumper of the 29 of Kevin King as Graham Bolin now just has one task: run.
Well, yeah, Graham Bolin, so he is on older tires, but the difference isn't as profound as we were looking at Guest and Gonzalez, because that's almost a 30-lap difference. And then, between Dylan Alt and Graham Bolin is about 10 laps. So when that fall off hits, if we, stay green, keep it green, when that fall off hits, it's going to make a difference for sure, but not just yet in this run.
There's a nice battle. Tyler O'Neill side by side. Donnie Strauss, Kevin McAdams here. Patrick Fogel as well. Seth Noel.
Yeah, Donnie Strauss here is another guy to keep your eye on. He is also on. Whoa.
Trouble. Caution. Jonathan Oates.
Well, that changes quite a bit here. I was going to talk about Donnie Strauss and how he was on the same cycle as Dylan Alt on these 10-lap-old tires, but looks like we're going to get another reset here. Potentially, you might see all these guys come in and pit right here.
Did you really think they were going to go 70-plus laps on a green flag run? Are you kidding me?
Well, maybe hoping for another yellow here with the way things have been going tonight.
Here's a replay. Oh, Cosman.
Car high 84. My goodness.
I think we may need to rewind further back, because that looks like beef. That just looks like, you know what? I'm gonna send you.
We want to talk to Cosman here, maybe.
Yeah, and maybe I'm reading it wrong, but that looks like textbook. You know what? Fine, you're gonna use me. I'm gonna use you.
We'll hear it from the man himself right here, Cosman Ionescu. Cosman up in the FTF booth. What was up with that in turn one?
Hello. I mean, obviously, from what I'm hearing in the server right now, it's entitled late lap cars that are slower that just cut down on lap down cars, thinking that they have the spot. So that's all I can say. I was there. He cut down on me when I was all the way on the yellow line. Can't really do much about that. Nobody's gonna fix entitlement for you.
Well, yeah, definitely a really complex situation we got going. Cosman, we'll let you go. Thank you for your time.
Sorry, I'm pissed off tonight, so I apologize for if that wasn't. But I mean, it is what it is, you know. Just you can't just you just can't. Have a good time though.
Yeah, thank you for your time, Cosman. And as you hear, some tempers flaring tonight here at Phoenix with all the amount of contact and wrecks we've had. Bound to be some short tempers, and you can see it on display, heat of the moment right there.
Or, I think appropriately, since it's a McDonald's car, beef.
Oh, boy.
Come on. It's right there in front. I know the hood's gone, but you still know what the sponsor is on the car. More pit stops and more strategery. Seth Noel stays out and will be your race leader. Then it's Logan Helton, Mills, Cozy, Rabideau, and then Bolin, who was the first car to pit.
Yeah, this is that caution was really at just an interesting time because you have so many different strategies converging on each other at the front there, and now you're at a point where it's like a fresh reset for all these guys. Everybody, for the most part, came down. It looks like you got up to fifth. Rabideau's going to be the last car that didn't pit. So Bolin, Alt, King, I mean, these are all guys that have been up front all night who are now going to be on a level playing field with fresh tires with 64 laps to go.
Choose time. And you see Cosman just parking up by the wall, letting everybody go by. All right. So some new names here at the front for this restart. Seth Noel, Logan Helton, of course we know Cozy. Mills, he's pretty new up at the front. And then you've got the regulars, Rabideau, Bolin, Alt, King, Gonzalez, Zwack, Corder. All in there in that top 10 or 11 or so as we get set for the restart.
And keep in mind, too, Rabideau's on, Rabideau forward are, they're about 20 laps into this set. So this is going to be really interesting. When this fall off hits, you're going to have a whole pack of cars that are hungry for this lead coming right behind you. Seth Noel leads us to the green.
Off of 4. Here we go. Green flag. 63 laps to go from Phoenix.
Yeah, Helton looks like he backed up that corner to try to get a good exit. Michael Cozy coming behind him, though. And, another thing to monitor here is lots of these guys who did stay out do have a fair amount of damage. I mean, you see Logan Helton, that front end pretty crumpled up. Same with the number 25 of Mills. So I'm really interested to see, how quickly they fall back.
Cozy has some damage on the front end of that car as well. So, as does Bolin. Basically, who doesn't have damage?
The guys that have been up front all day, yeah.
Dylan Alt, and even then he made contact, so. Here they go into 3, coming to 61 laps to go. Bolin is just trying to find room where he can go because he knows he's faster, but he can't get by Cozy and Helton, who are stuck side by side, and that's allowed Noel to pull away. Here we go, 3 wide.
Yeah, 3 wide tonight has been the recipe for disaster. Kevin King now on the inside of Cozy. There's still 3 wide. Cozy in the middle, out of control. Dylan Alt super hungry behind him. Maybe 4 contact. Dylan Alt in the wall hard. Kevin King around, and that's several contenders now with pretty heavy damage.
King just comes to rest up against the outside, save for barrier. Big front end damage for the Dylan Alt machine, and 2 of the fastest cars here have damage. Logan Helton, the front clip completely gone on that number 63 rather. And we have yet another caution tonight, and this has race winning implications all over.
Yeah, this is the same thing that we've kind of been seeing the last few weeks. We saw it with Strauss at Auto Club, and then Blake Reynolds last week. Is just guys who dominate all day, get caught up in traffic, and then just get involved in messes. And you see it right there, just really nothing for Dylan Alt to do. I mean, you're on these fresh tires and they're 3 wide ahead of you. You try to stick your nose in to make it 4, which is, albeit a little aggressive, but I mean, you're coming down to 60, 50 laps to go. I mean, every position matters at this point, and just really nothing you can do.
You know what happened? Kevin King got the left side tires down on the other side of the curb and into the grass. If we get another replay, you can see that he even from the same exact angle, you can see that he dips the tires down right there. Gets him over, and it's just enough to get him up the racetrack. Alt's not giving him any room, and that's where the contact comes, just because King can't hold it down there because he got the left sides just barely in the grass on the back straightaway.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it shows you, I mean, that's, again, just kind of a convergence of everything that could go wrong right there. I mean, you got Dylan Alt making it almost 4 wide right next to you, which in itself is, really difficult here at Phoenix. You got, that transition, which has been really hard on cars all night, as we saw back with Listenby, a few other cars as well, and just no room for error. And I mean, it's not like these are, talentless folks doing this either. I mean, this is the defending FTF Cup champion who just clipped that transition and lost it.
And now it's time for another restart.
Restart? Seth Noel's got to be very happy about this, though. He's getting quite a few laps up here and doesn't have to wear these tires out even more.
So 57 laps to go this time by. Now that we had some of the big names get collected in wrecks, who are you watching to win this race?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the door has just been blown wide open at this point. I mean, you got new guys up here that we haven't been talking about tonight. Matthew Zwack, for one. I mean, Ethan Quarters kind of been poking his nose very quietly around the top 5 tonight. I'm going to take it all the way back to 8th. I mean, I think Donnie Strauss, he's been collected in some stuff tonight, but I mean, for the most part, that car is a lot cleaner than a lot of the guys he's battling around. Plus, I mean, he's on, this new stint, which is about 10 laps in. I feel like Donnie Strauss is going to have the recipe for success here tonight.
Donnie's a solid option, no doubt about it. I think no matter where you go, Donnie's a solid option to win the race.
What about you, Jacob?
Well, if I can't choose the pace car driver, How about Kevin McAdams, race sponsor, P10?
Yeah,
He's
really-
been lurking in this top 10 before he gets wrecked and then gets sent to the back and then gets back to the top 10. I'd keep my eye on him. You never know. Coming for the restart zone. Noel and Bolin side by side. No, we're not. They extended it. Thanks. So we'll try it again. Just wanted to make sure we were paying attention, that's all.
Yeah, just clicking the button to see if they could catch the old broadcasters off. They almost got me. Not hearing the reason for that, so we'll just assume it was because they wanted to, apparently. But this will be coming to the green through 3 and 4. This could get very interesting very quickly. I mean, you see Michael Gonzalez right here. He's got a pretty clean car as well. He might want to make some noise. Lights are off. Pace car about to dip down on the pit road.
It's possible somebody hit the cone, and that's why we had to stop, because nobody knew where the box was then to choose a line. Green flag with 55 laps to go. Oh, trouble! Trouble in the background. I think that's Rabideau around. He was sideways way early. I'm not even sure he got to the start-finish line. We stay green. Field's headed to turn 3.
Yeah, trying to look for potential drama here. Looks like we have a battle 3 wide. Donnie Strauss, Mills, and Zwack. Strauss! Oh, no! Donnie Strauss goes around on the front stretch.
He collects Mills. They're wrecking in the background.
That's a caution. Caution is out.
Yep, caution's out, and they can't get on the brakes in time. I don't know.
Oh, we got beef. Strauss is all over Mills right now.
That's Pandicio. Thank you, Zach. Let's get to Strauss. Oh, man. We got problems.
Yeah, he, not sure.
Oh, yeah, here he goes again.
He was all over the back bumper of the 25 there. Probably just didn't appreciate it. We'll get a replay here in a second, and he's just headhunting right now. Mills going off, reminiscent of Boyer and Gordon here at this very racetrack. Right here. Oh, he's almost going to turn him. He's got to get under control right now.
Not happy at all.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta think with your head right now. I mean, yeah, in the moment you really want to, tell this guy what he did wrong, but you got to think potential suspension implications if you are to spin him, intent wreck him under yellow. I mean, just can't be doing it, especially if you want to fight for a championship.
And you got to keep in mind, of course, that Donnie's a Coke Series driver as well. Can't imagine that would look too good on the other side of the fence either if something were to go down between those two. Here's the replay.
Here.
Oh, we just washed up into him.
Yeah, it's what we've been seeing all night. Just, these cars get tight, and it looks like a secondary incident on the stack up behind him.
Yeah. I wonder if maybe Mills didn't know they were 3 wide and expected that Strauss was going to slide up, and then when he didn't, they touched. Just because that almost looked like he expected there to be room to the outside. Otherwise, I don't think there would have been contact.
I mean, that's absolutely possible. I mean, it's just in the moment, because to be fair, looking back, Zwack was, almost clear as Strauss. It's just Strauss didn't react as if he was clear. So I think that was definitely a part of it. It looks like Mills washed up, and then, Strauss just hit Zwack and kind of just ping-pong between those two cars. Really unfortunate deal for Strauss is he's now going to have a fair amount of damage and not really sure if he's going to be able to, get all that repaired and be back up in contention in 52 laps. But just another wrench that's been thrown in this just contender.
So another one bites the dust here with 51 laps to go. We got to restart inside 50 laps to go. Graham Bolin, now your race leader.
Yeah, and Seth Noel's been holding on for dear life these last few laps. I mean, he is on 30 old tires. Grant Bolin at this point is on 15-lap old tires, but again, they haven't all been under green flag conditions, so definitely starting to see that fall-off affect these guys that did stay out earlier pretty hard now.
I appreciate Davey Davis in chat. He's starting a petition for no moon car, even though this isn't moon car. No moon car unless Ben Crazy is present. Benjamin Easterday, the admin that...
race director.
Yep. God amongst race admins. That would be him. May or may not have actually been in the tower hitting the button during the truck race at Daytona.
Yeah.
All right, so restart now with 49 laps to go.
Just to break it down real fast as well, we got a good blend of cars that are on 30-lap-old tires versus 16 here. Grant Bolin is on 16-lap-old tires. Seth Noel's on 31. Cozy behind Noel is on 31-lap-old tires as well. Gonzalez is on that shorter strategy. He's on 16-lap-old tires. So I'm really interested to see on this restart with, the way the control car has been launching tonight, if Gonzalez can potentially get around Noel, maybe clear him for second.
We'll have to find out. Green flag, 49 to go, and that outside line did not get going. Noel did not get going, and that stacked up Cozy and Ethan Corder up in the outside line. Here comes Michael Gonzalez to take over second.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about. I mean, this outside line, these are two cars that are on 31-lap old tires, and now Ethan Corder's going to be digging underneath Seth Noel. He's going to have the advantage. Looks like he's going to get a little bit of a run and dip back down inside. Oh, he's going to get a little bit loose in front of Cozy. Big stack up. They stay going, my goodness.
What a great save.
Yeah, absolutely great save by Ethan Corder there. Just same thing we've been seeing all night is just that, losing the car from underneath you. And really fortunate that didn't cause our fourth big one of the night.
Yeah, that could have been huge. Great save by Ethan Corder. As I'm up Cozy now in the third spot. Here comes Zwack looking underneath Noel for this fifth spot. Down the back straightaway, big checkup, and now here comes O'Neal. McAdams to the outside.
Caution, we have a caution on the racetrack.
Yeah. Oh, that's why. That's Mills. Uh-oh. Don't tell me that was payback.
Blake Reynolds around as well. We
got a Donnie Strauss check,
where
please?
is Donnie Strauss? Oh, no.
46 laps to go. There's Donnie.
Yeah,
nowhere near it. All right, let's get a replay here.
Looks like it was Blake Reynolds who tried to go three wide and made a little bit of contact. We'll see it right here. So you'll see Blake Reynolds up ahead. That's David Brown. And just...
Oh, bumper grab.
Yeah, hard hit. Nowhere for Mills to go. And that's why we saw Blake Reynolds slow up ahead of him, is because that was the initiator of this wreck. Yeah, what a strange... it almost looked like, it clipped the back bumper and then just kind of almost that same ping pong effect that we've been seeing a little bit of tonight.
Pit stops for the race leaders with 45 laps to go. You see Michael Guest, he's on pit road. I think we do have a couple of people staying out as Kevin misses his box. That's Bolin, who is staying out. Again.
And we'll see how the strategy works out.
Thanks for subscribing to FTF.gg. I said it in the chat, but appreciate Briar as well for the raid a little while ago after he hit the wall. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it here on FTF.gg.
And a wild race to drop in on here at Phoenix. I mean, we've had, what, 2 or 3 big ones so far tonight. We've had beef. We've had drama. What more could you want out of a race here at Phoenix? Maybe a photo finish?
Maybe one more car up into the fence. So the 66 Blake Reynolds, he gets a drive-through on the next restart. And I think that's just from incidents from today's race, because he has been in a couple of them now.
Yeah, just more accumulation of those wreck points. I mean, been relatively clean so far this season. It's just a rough Las Vegas round and then a rough Phoenix for not only him, but a lot of people today. I'm really interested to see how this points situation shakes up after today, because coming in, we had, a fair grasp on who was up front, but I mean, just guys like Michael Guest, guys like Cosman have just had so many problems rather tonight. It's going to be interesting to see, especially with the, potentially a new winner. Don't Cam.
Everybody picking their lines. We'll have 41 laps to go on the restart. Actually make it 42 laps to go on the restart.
Grant Bolin and Michael Gonzalez. Gonzalez is, I know firsthand how hungry Michael Gonzalez is for a win after talking to him last week at Las Vegas. He really wants to, just make a name for himself here in FTF. And what a good way, is there a better way to do it than, potentially beating Grant Bolin for a win? We'll see how it plays out here.
All right, so lights are out of the pace car through 3 and 4. How about Tyler O'Neill sitting in P3? Second on that inside line. He's been lurking around up at the front all night long. 42 laps to go, green flag.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the same thing all night. That control car is just rocketed out. As Mike Joy would say, like a hot dog shooting out of a bun. I mean, it's just been unreal how big of a run that, how big of an advantage that car gets.
Oh,
Donnie Strauss right into Rocky.
That's no Rocky. They saved it.
Wide, and Rocky gets hit again by Michael Guest, and it's the big one, gang. We got cars upside down. Donovan Strauss is upside down on the front stretch.
Again, upside down, and he's stuck upside down. Kevin King involved.
My goodness, Jacob, you called it.
How much stuff is there left to tear up? We're going to go out and get rental cars for the last 40 laps?
I mean, you could buy them at
Just the
Walmart,
replay.
apparently.
It was contact with Strauss and Nalraki. They saved it, and then Michael Guest made contact with Nalraki and finished it off. And then Strauss couldn't save it, took out Oates. And a horrible hit for Donnie Strauss. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, just absolutely, it's unbelievable. You come into Phoenix with that short track mentality, and we're almost leaving like, I don't know, a lot of these cars are Bristolized, and with the addition of some roof damage for several cars tonight.
I mean...
Oh, Jonathan
Matthews
Oates.
Zwack. I think we're going to get an onboard here with Zwack. He missed all of that, and they're going to wonder how once you see the onboard. Here's Donnie. All right. Here we go. On board with the 7 of Matthews Way. Watch.
Oh my God.
And then...
You think the racing gods were on his side for that one?
Something was on his side. Well, we know Donnie was on his side.
Yeah. I think Donnie was on his roof.
We're getting some frequent flyer miles here from Phoenix tonight.
Yeah, just nowhere for Jonathan Oates to go there. What a tough break. I mean, he was through it, and then Donnie just, with how snappy these next-gen cars are, just it snaps around on him and flips him over in front. just so much. I mean, how many more cars can you wreck? I mean, Jacob, you gonna, can we run down to Walmart maybe and get some more next gens?
If they're selling them at Walmart, we've got bigger issues.
My goodness. But for the most part, I mean, this, front little 5-pack, with maybe the exception of Logan Helton, they've, been keeping it clean up here, and their cars are, for the most part, in good shape. I mean, Cozy has some damage from earlier. O'Neal has some damage. Gonzalez and Bolin, they have a little bit of damage, but you go back behind 5th, then you'll start to see like cars that you think probably should be totaled. I mean, Spencer Ray, we were talking to earlier, said he needed 1 or 2 more cautions and had engine damage, and he wasn't feeling very well about his outlook on this race. And lo and behold, I mean, we've had 17 big ones and 80 cars DNF, and Spencer Ray's, all of a sudden back in it. Nathan Rabideau, Jake Poulin. I mean, these are all guys that, at one point or another.
And now Rocky hit the cone. That's going to be a penalty.
That's going to make that a little harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy OL.
And I think at this point, if we keep wrecking these things, we're going to be stuck using the old Gen 6s next week when we go to Atlanta.
I mean, at this rate, we might be COTs at Atlanta next week.
Oh God! If you think they're easy to wreck in these things, watch out.
It's hard to drive 300K from FTF.
Yeah. Yeah, pacing. Pace truck, pace car is in. 37 laps to go, green flag.
Cozy to the outside of Gonzalez for P number 2. Gonzalez backed up the middle of that corner. Graham Bolin got a
there
little...
goes O'Neal. Again up into the air. Still green. We're hanging on.
Yeah, we're good. And then back up to this potential battle for P1. Michael Gonzalez is all over the rear bumper of Graham Bolin right now. He's going to back up a little. Gonna opt to try to get that momentum, that run off the corner. We'll see it here. Gonzalez gets a little loose. Car steps out from underneath them. Great save to keep it straight. Michael Cozy now has the door opened up for him. Gonzalez gonna send it back down, try to defend P2 from a hard-charging Michael Cozy.
A little loose? That was a little more than a little loose.
That was an understatement.
As Poulin's just getting passed by everybody right now. Up on that outside line. He's just up out of the groove and out of the way for the time being, at least trying to be. With 35 laps to go here from Phoenix. Looking ahead at what's upcoming on FTF.gg. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, Winsdale, the Gen 4 Challenge from Las Vegas, and then we move to Georgia for the next week. Thursday, Road to Pro. The NASCAR qualifying iRacing series, if you will. Round 3 already from Atlanta. Then Saturday, a week from tonight, we're back, the FTF Cup series from Atlanta. And then on Sunday, the Winsdale Gen 4 Challenge again after that from Atlanta. All here on FTF.gg.
Nathan Rabideau on board with him right now. You see how big of a handful this car is.
At this point, we're going to, daylight saving is tonight, we're going to wind up skipping this hour during the race if we're not careful. Oh, look out! Into the grass!
No. He saved it.
Is that Peyton Manning hanging on the wall?
Definitely not Peyton Manning. I feel like we've had this discussion.
Is that Collinsworth then?
It looks like if Peyton Manning and Phil Swift had a baby. I don't know. We're inadvertently like roasting somebody right now.
I don't know what it is. We'll ask him if we have another caution. Cozy and Gonzalez are still all over each other here for the second spot.
Yeah, Cozy's trying to stick the nose anywhere he can to try to find some ground on Gonzalez. Gonzalez is once again kind of in that zone of Cozy knows he's faster than him. It's just a matter of how do you get around him. You see it right here. Cozy drives it in a little deeper, and then Gonzalez just pulls away from him on exit right now. So just a frustrating place for Cozy to be in right now. And keep in
30
mind,
laps to go.
yeah, keep in
Here
mind,
from
Michael
Phoenix.
Cozy is 50 laps into this run on tires. So just not a lot of grip to go around. Even Michael Gonzalez, who, you know, at one point was on a newer set of tires, he's almost 40 laps into this run. So shows you how hard these guys are wheeling right now.
So we've been told that the picture, or the whatever Rabideau is hanging, is a sweater from a commercial. But they don't remember the commercial. The Jason Alexander hoodie, maybe.
Who?
Maybe?
Yeah, don't let this distract you from the fact that Grant Boland's in his own zip code right now up front. He has to be loving what's going on right now. I mean, Gonzalez and Cozy battling behind him. It's allowed him to just kind of take it easy, pull away, you know, maybe ride around for a little, get a little drink before, you know, potentially looking at a late race, you know, something happening with how this race has been tonight. We'll take a look a little deeper in the pack. This is going to be for P4. Noel, who was leading earlier, looks like they're going to make a little contact. Logan Helton in the 63. Matthew Zwack, Patrick Fogel. All of these guys have been involved in some incidents here tonight, but I mean, that's been about everybody. So they're going to get back single file for the most part. Fogel still has a nose on the inside. Quarter's going to have a run on Fogel. Potentially get sorted out here. Zwack going to look to the outside of Logan Helton. Still side by side. Quarter gets a little bit of a run. So does Zwack. Seth Noel's checked out of this battle for the meantime. Logan Helton, Zwack still side by side. This is similar to that early run for the lead that we saw, where it was just that outside's momentum was able to carry him. Logan Helton still just locked to the inside of Matthew Zwack. Just a dead heat almost. And then
25 to go. It feels like Zwack's controlling the lanes like it's a plate track. As now it goes back to the bottom after covering the outside spot.
I mean, is this the most plate-esque Phoenix race that has ever been? I mean... Oh, contact between Logan Helton and Ethan Quarter there. Good save by Helton.
We saw there was smoke on the front straightaway. Not sure what it's from, but nonetheless, we stay green.
Potentially could have been from the Tyler O'Neill machine, who is now getting lapped by Graham Boland. Not 100% sure on that, but a potential origin of that smoke.
Can confirm it was O'Neill.
We're still side by side here. This is Kevin McAdams on Logan Helton, who's been steadily dropping these last few laps. I mean, looking at the tire wear, he is at about that fall off point. So nothing too surprising here. Just kind of holding out for another yellow here.
I'm surprised we've gone as long as we have, knock on wood.
Yeah, please.
Especially this late in the race. 22 laps to go, and the battling hasn't been laid back by any stretch here from fourth on back. And Gonzalez and Cozy have formed a little bit of a bubble, 0.2 of a second, not a ton, but it's at least something. There you see them as they're trying to pass the lap car of Tyler O'Neill.
Yeah, and I mean, these cars right now got to be a handful. Michael Cozy Jr., if you want a perspective on how long it's been for him, he's coming up on lap 60 since he's been in pit road, or at least gotten tires. So this car is absolutely a handful to drive at the moment. Gotta be.
Andy Margo update, P19, which, for all things considered, pretty clean race car.
Yeah, I mean, he was involved in that first big one. I think it was a kind of single car spin reaction.
Trouble!
No,
Logan Helton. All right, well, there's your Andy Margo update. Hope you enjoy. Caution flag is out for the 872nd time tonight with 20 laps to go.
We got to be coming up on an FTF record here. I mean, my goodness.
The record is 34. I promise you, we are nowhere close to that record.
Hey, give him 20 more laps. We're driving good.
Even with the green-white checkers, I don't think we're going to get there. Here's the replay. Oh.
Patrick Fogel.
He just biffed it. You can see him lock up the tires. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, he's been on the receiving end of that turn one, lock him up, slide up, rear quarter panel action, and, just if you're on the receiving end of it so many times, you gotta give it at least once, and Logan Helton was unfortunately right there when that happened. Man, Rabideau hit him as well.
Can we talk with Rabideau and ask what the hell is hanging next to him?
I mean, he's not in here, so no, we can't.
Oh, I could have sworn we talked to him.
No.
We just have the onboard and that's it. Cool. All right.
On pit road here. See, that's the 55 of Fogel getting out, and big gutsy move. Did he just take 2 tires? He's got to have.
Well, bring out the caution, take the lead. Why not?
His arm might have been a little itchy there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, and that was just a mistake, locking up the tires and everything. So Ryan Rocky stayed out, and he's actually going to be your race leader. Fogel will be in second after the pit stops. Where did Fogel go? Hold on.
Fogel came back down pit road, so might have been just another pit road mistake there.
Yeah. So then it's Bolin, Gonzalez, Cozy, Zwack, your top 5.
And I mean, these are the guys that have, been up here basically, for the past 80 laps after the Dylan Alt, Donnie Strauss incident. And lots of guys waiting to take the wave around here in front of Naraki. Kevin King, Jonathan Notes, Colonix. All of them having pretty rough nights. It's just been one of those days for probably, 3/4 of the field tonight. Is Naraki pitting?
He just wanted to lead a lap. He's pitting.
That's respectable, but that hands this race back to Graham Bolin.
Yep, and he's probably going to be checking out. If I had to guess.
Well,
on this restart. He does choose the outside.
Yeah, they are all on fresh tires. Michael Cozy Jr., my goodness. He was almost at 70 laps on those tires, just by the way. So, when he feels that thing stick into turn one, I feel like he's gonna, sigh a breath of relief, because he was definitely wheeling that thing last time.
What is this, grip?
Yeah, the car doesn't slide out from under him immediately.
It's been 84 years.
And on the outside here,
15 laps to go on the restart. Bolin, Gonzalez, Zwack, Cozy, Corder, your top 5. Then Noel, McAdams, Pullen, Trowick, and Waterworth are your top 10. Green flag, let's go.
Gonzalez, he's going to duck behind Graham Bolin there. Some pretty aggressive moves being made as it is crunch time. 15 laps to go. Matthews Whack gets a little loose on the inside of Ethan Quarter, but keeps it going. And now it's all up to Graham Bolin. Michael Gonzalez looking a little to the high side. Michael Cozy Jr. right behind him. Everyone is just trying to make up anything they can to get going here. 3 wide.
It's Rabideau down on the bottom, pulling in the middle. Now they just get side by side. After Chris Wetz just threw it in up on the outside to take a top 10 spot.
And single file for the most part. It's actually fairly surprising to me. I would have expected that they would have been a little more tempted.
Whoa, we got one car stopped on the apron. That is the 30, Matt Danson, coming to pit road. I wonder if he just hand grenaded that thing.
Yeah, I might have just shifted it into reverse and called it a day.
I mean, he has been wrecked since like lap 3 of this thing. So
to be fair, at this point, I mean, I feel like everybody's kind of probably feeling that they've been wrecked.
yeah.
Since
Oh,
Rio
trouble! That's Collinix.
The caution is out. Caution is out.
Cosman involved in this as well. Did he send another one to the barn?
This is the Cosman heel turn.
We'll get a replay here on the moment.
Yeah, not officially sure what happened there. We'll see right here. Collinix.
Oh no, he just lost
loose.
it, and Cosman had nowhere to go.
Yeah. Looks like we'll have to wait another week for the heel turn from Cosman, but my goodness, has he been just a bowling ball tonight. Just so many incidents for Cosman tonight that have just, nowhere for him to go. It's just been a super tough night for him. After that FTF 500 win, his luck just cannot seem to turn around.
So now we're going to get a restart. Inside 10 laps to go. What's the strategy got to be here?
Well, I mean, from here on out, it's got to be just, maybe not pit every time, but tires are, definitely going to make a difference, I feel, here. I mean, everybody right now is about on 10-lap old tires. So once you do get to, maybe 2 or 3 to go, that's when you're going to start to feel that fall off quite a bit. So if we get a late race caution within, I'd say 5 to go, I'd say pit no matter what, and hope you can get a really good launch on the restart. Who we feeling, Jacob? I mean, I know you were talking about Kevin earlier, but I mean, you think it's Graham Bolin's race to lose at the moment?
I do. If Cozy can get by Gonzalez, I'd keep an eye on him, but I'm not sure he's got the speed to get by Bolin unless he makes a couple of mistakes here down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible. This race, by itself has kind of been one of those defy the possible races. I mean, just anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And Graham Bolin really hoping that he's not on the receiving end of that. Feel that, Jacob? Your heart rate starting to go up a little bit once that ticker crosses into the single digits. It's officially go time here.
I mean, it's been go time since the drop of the green flag, at least to these guys, with how they've been racing. So Bolin chooses the inside line here for this restart. Gonzalez and Cozy both go topside.
Oh. Naraki went around O'Neal there. Not sure what was going on there, but for the most part, everybody gets by that cleanly. And now it's kind of the same thing we've seen for the past 100 laps. Graham Bolin, Michael Gonzalez front row on this restart. Gonzalez has had a lot of restarts, to say the least, to, learn how to, maybe keep it side by side with Graham Bolin. We'll see if he can use that right here. potentially get something going. Michael Cozy Jr., Ethan Quarter behind him. These are all guys that could, potentially end up in victory lane. It'll be interesting to see how it turns out.
Here we go. Coming for the restart. 8 laps to go here from Phoenix in the Kevin McAdams 300. Bowling on the gas, green flag.
Really surprised Gonzalez didn't chop it down there when Graham went up to try to clear him. Or excuse me, did clear him. Single file once again for this top 5. Looks like McAdams is going to peek underneath Matthew Zwack for the 5th position. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Big crash again. Rocky in another. Jonathan Oates in another. Oh, they almost kept wrecking. One car in the grass. Couple of cars in the grass.
We'll get a replay to look at that, but
I think Tyler O'Neill was involved in that.
Yeah, I think Tyler O'Neill was the cause of that wreck. We'll look at it right here.
Well, yes and no. Is that Strauss, I think, that started that? Kevin King piles it on in. It's tough to tell when everybody's driving without a hood and a front clip. But I think that started with Strauss, if he's even still running.
That's Pandicio.
That's Pandicio? Oh, it is, yeah. Sure enough.
Yeah, Strauss is not on track.
Oh, right, because Strauss flipped.
Went upside down, yeah.
Yeah. And, okay, yeah, O'Neill did come down into him, it looked like, from that angle. Andy Margot gets a piece of it. Spencer Ray made it through, as did Jake Poulin.
Yeah, just...
And there you see Rocky spin it.
Yeah, final thoughts on that was Tyler O'Neill was kind of cooped up behind Andy Margot, made a move to the middle 3 wide. And while Pandicio did come up a little bit, it was just O'Neill going for a gap that didn't exist and just junked the 663. So tough break after, running top 5 earlier, but I feel like that applies to a lot of guys tonight that have been up front and just collected in a bunch of incidents.
So we're going to get a restart with 3 to go?
Something like that.
How many overtimes are we using?
As many as possible. There's I'd say slim to none chance that we don't use an overtime here. I heavily doubt we're done. Bad news for Graham Bolin, but if I had to guess, coming down to it, 5 to go. Once you start to, if we do have to use these overtimes, you're going to start maybe potentially looking at pit stops here. So really interested to see how this turns out, because this could be a mix of strategy. But I could be wrong, and we could go green to the end here. So, nothing to do but just watch it.
Is there anybody we want to talk to here before the death and destruction we're about to see?
Well, let's see who we got up front. Could talk to Kevin McAdams. We'll drag him up real fast.
Yeah, our race sponsor. Let's talk to him.
Oh my goodness. Whoa, big cone shenanigans there. We'll drag Kevin up. Kevin McAdams, FTF.GG booth. You're running in, looks like 6th right now. It's been, kind of a quiet day for you so far, but you're right in striking distance here. What's going on through your head right now?
Well, I'm just trying to muster something together. I got hit in the early on stages, got hit again, somehow managed stage points. I almost missed the choose cone because I heard the Discord message, so we barely got that. We're going to hope for a good top 5 here. Me and Zwack were battling there before we went under caution. I'm going to see if I can get underneath him, but if I can't, I will 100% settle with the top 10 and finish 6th or 7th here. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't want to distract you too much. We'll let you go to it. Good luck. That's Kevin McAdams. Jacob, we got a late race restart right here.
All right, here we go. 3 laps to settle it. Maybe. Here from Phoenix.
Bolin and Cozy.
Bolin and Cozy on the front row. Gonzalez in the 3rd spot. Green flag And Cozy asleep at the wheel a little bit. He does not get a good restart. He's going to be stuck side by side with Gonzalez as Boland's got 3 car lengths off turn 2.
Cozy gets a little loose going down the backstretch. Gonzalez going to have a run. Cozy coming back
on the wall.
Yeah, hard charging on the inside.
Caution's out. Crash backstretch. I'm not even sure who it was. There are so many freaking wrecked race cars in this field. Chris
believe
Wetz.
It might have been Pendicio again. He just
Pendicio maybe. Chris Wetz with damage. Let's get a replay here. Just outside the frame, I saw somebody get hooked up into the wall, like mid-pack, right around where Kevin was. And maybe a little bit behind Kevin, right back here.
Yeah, so here's Wetz right here.
Does he get... Oh, these guys get loose. Oh, and it was Guest.
Yeah.
He got body slammed up into the wall, and then Wetz went up and joined him.
And I believe there was another. I believe that might have been why Pendicio reset, is he might have hit one of these cars that was coming to a stop. We'll get another angle from the front stretch right here. Just Wetz gets loose, hits Guest, and just another hard hit. I mean, and
Rabideau finished him off.
Yeah, these accidents have just been terrible.
And no.
Yeah, it looks like he's just
he didn't do anything. He's just
back
there for a while.
Again.
All right, so overtime attempt number 1.
Yeah, well, keep in mind here at FTF, it's not unlimited overtime. We get 3 attempts at a green-white checkered. So we see Bulos go to the outside. And we saw there kind of an interesting strategy by Michael Cozy Jr. Gonzalez picked the outside, opting to, stay right behind Graham Boland and maybe have an advantage, being on the outside. So I'm really interested to see if Gonzalez is going to pick the outside once again here and forfeit some of that track position, as we saw with Cozy being on the front row that last time, or if he's just going to opt to, keep the track position and be side by side with a shot to win here.
All right.
Yeah, take a deep breath, Jacob. It's going to be the last breath you take for a while.
So just Boland have this in the bag?
It depends on this restart. If he catches whoever's going to be starting to the inside of him, sleeping like he did Cozy that last restart, then yeah, it's going to be kind of in the bag for him. But maybe Cozy doesn't get caught sleeping. Maybe Gonzalez has something for him here. With the amount of braking you have to do here at Phoenix, I wouldn't say anything's out of the question. Maybe a late race send into the corner. Just not really counting anything out right now. It's still just up for grabs. Boland looking to take the inside.
I mean, he's pretty much proved that he can restart from anywhere and still lead by 3 car lengths off too, so why not?
This is just really important for Michael Gonzalez here, because that outside lane has been where that car has been thriving all night. If I had to guess here, because the way that these inside restarts have been for Graham Boland is he'll rocket up and immediately go to the high side to try to clear Gonzalez. I'm wondering if Gonzalez, maybe anticipates that and cuts it back down to the inside. Maybe tries to make a move for the lead, considering, this will be 2 laps to go on this restart. So lots of possibilities here. Cozy, quarter behind Gonzalez and Boland. This is everything you ever could have wanted right here, Jacob.
Two laps to settle it. Overtime attempt 1 of 3 here from Phoenix. Boland and Gonzalez on the front row. Then it's Cozy, Quarters, Wack, your top 5. McAdams, Trolloc, Noel, Waterworth, and Rabideau, your top 10. Pace car is in. Into the restarting zone. Boland's on the gas already. Green flag. 2 laps to go. Side by side still for that second position. Cozy on the inside. Gonzalez trying to pull around that outside line, but it's all Boland off 2.
Absolutely. Michael Gonzalez just didn't get the start he would have wanted. As soon as that pace car left, Boland was on it. Cozy down to the inside. They're still side by side. Ethan Quarter behind. Cozy washing up. Still side by side for second. That's exactly what Graham Boland wants to see. White flag.
And we made it. 1 lap to go here from Phoenix. Still side by side for second. Bolin is long gone. Almost some contact. Gonzalez up the hill. Fighting back off two.
Side by side down the backstretch. Looks like the race is going to be for second between Michael Gonzalez and Michael Cozy Jr. Cozy backs up the corner, washes up just a little bit. Gonzalez doesn't get quite the run he wants.
Graham Boland's gonna win at Phoenix. Contact for second, and Cozy gets it after Gonzalez bounced off of Cozy and bounced it off the wall. Really, I think that hurt him more than it helped him. Cozy finishes in the second spot, Gonzalez in third. But Graham Boland comes away with the win as Matthew Zwack decides to spin it just because we need more wrecks. After that's all said and done, Graham Boland with the win. There was a big wreck after they took the white flag. We'll get a replay of that right here. Here, see part of it. This is, oh my gosh.
Ooh, yeah, we saw another one get airborne.
I think, hitting the jump. Yep. So this is after the white flag. Jonathan Oates gets turned around. Track is blocked. Oh my gosh. Oh my.
Pollinix, man.
Yeah, and he followed Blake Reynolds over that spot. Whew.
You'll get another angle right here. It's just late race here, maybe some pent up frustration, just trying to get out of here. You see some smoke up ahead, and you'll see Blake Reynolds, man, just synchronized jumping. Maybe trying to take the Joker lap?
I don't know, but 5 races, 5 different winners after all of that. And there you see Blake Reynolds, who could have picked up his second win on the season, but he's going to take the road course now. And let's run through our results here from Phoenix after Graham Boland's done burning it down the house. He wins tonight. Michael Cozy Jr. finishes in the second position. Michael Gonzalez finishes in that third position after bouncing off each other side by side coming to the start-finish line. And if ATVO could move any slower, that would be so great because I don't have the results. Here we go. Ethan Corner finishes in fourth. Kevin, top 5 finish for the sponsor, Kevin McAdams. Seth Noel in 6th. Matthew Zwack in 7th. Blake Traubeck in 8th. Nathan Rabideau in 9th. And Gary Waterworth rounds out our top 10.
Yeah, taking a look at P11 here, Jake Poulin, Spencer Ray, both guys with lots of trouble tonight, good results. Michael P. Frisch, Kevin King, Patrick Fogel, another guy involved in a lot of stuff tonight. Andy Margot comes home with the top 20. Logan Helton, Ryan Araki, Jonathan Oates, Chris Wetz. Man.
And now time for the scrap heap here outside of the top 20. Guest is the only one that finished on the lead lap back here. Bulos, I didn't even know he was in this race, I'll be honest. I don't think we ever called his name. Tyler O'Neill, David Brown, wrecked. Robert Dorman, wrecked. Ryan Pandisio, wrecked. Blake Reynolds, wrecked. Cosmin Ionescu, wrecked. Matt Taylor, wrecked. Alex Kolonix, wrecked. Next, Matt Danson, wrecked. Landon Mills, Donnie Strauss, upside down. Brandon Hawken, Dylan Alt, Trash Heap, Kenny Brady, Briar LaPrade, Josh Parker, Justin Lisenby, Omar Diallo, and then our final 3, Wyatt Tinsley, upside down. Garrett Conrath was our first victim, and Connor Horn pulled it in without any contact after 7 laps.
Yeah, just 22 cars that were just involved.
21 lead lap.
Yeah, I mean, it's just tells you what kind of race we had today at Phoenix.
Let's talk with our top 3 if we can, and we'll start with our race winner. How about that? Okay, a race of attrition there at the end. But still, I can't imagine it's easy trying to hold everybody off in the closing stages here.
Yeah, I mean, it was a long race, that's for sure. I didn't check all those cautions. We went kind of green at the beginning, but I don't know how I was that fast because, I don't know. I joined the league like 14 minutes before the race and picked up the. I don't know. I'm good at these tracks that take a lot of throttle control, so it was a fun race though.
You mentioned the cautions. Without the damage that took out a lot of those top contenders that we saw early on, like Reynolds, Dylan Alt, and others. Do you think you still would have had a shot to get the win, or just kind of ride around in that top 5 and kind of see how things shook out?
Well, when all those wrecks happened, I was already had track position on them, so I'm pretty sure I've been fine with how big clean air was. I'm pretty sure I would have had a good chance at the win, and how my long run pace was. I felt like I would have been up there contending for the win, but you just don't know with people staying out, like these tire limits. It's just kind of, there's some gambling in there. So we got lucky today and kept the track position, got the dub. So yeah.
Well, congratulations on the race win, and we'll see you next week from Atlanta.
All right, thank you.
Graham Bolin, your race winner in the Charlotte Phoenix Toyota. He gets the win. Now let's talk with third place, Michael Gonzalez, because he's here with Caleb.
Michael, second week in a row, you've come away with the P3, bottom step of the podium. How does it feel, after a crazy race like this, to be able to come away with a third place finish?
It feels good. I mean, I wish it was second, but I don't really know what happened off of 4 there. But P3, I'll take it. Crazy race, long race, but yeah, P3, I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, with how many cautions we kind of had there, was it, just like a, race of conserving your stuff for the end, or, were you kind of just really aggressive with, how you were driving it?
I think it was more aggressive, if anything, more towards like the last, I don't know, probably 40 or so laps. Just trying to keep up with Graham, try and learn some new things with this new car, and then make sure I could try and keep Cozy behind me. But I mean, it was also just trying to stay focused during the whole thing. It felt like it was taking quite a while to really finish the race, but I'm glad we finally got it done.
Yeah, I mean, really, really tough battling for what seemed like the final 50 laps of that race. Just, really gotten to know you over these last 2 weeks. Really 2 great runs for you, 2 P3s. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so not getting Cozy, no worries. Ethan Corder's here. P4. Do you think you would have been up in that top 5 without the 8 million cautions we had here tonight?
Yeah, that was a really fun race. I can't believe I kept that car clean, man. We avoided a lot of wrecks tonight. Yeah, I'm super thrilled, super pumped up about this result.
Able to come away with a clean race car, which I don't think even our winner, I don't think, could say that tonight. Just like whack-a-mole, just trying to dodge everything. Like, you obviously saw a lot of wrecks happen in front of you and had to avoid them. How in the world did you make that happen?
I guess just right place, right time. A whole lot of awareness, and just got lucky. But yeah, I was just trying to keep the car clean because I was filling in for Kyle Riley in 62. So that was just my main goal. Just keep the car clean, get some good points for him. But yeah, I did not expect to get 4th place out of that. It's crazy.
Well, mission accomplished in keeping the car clean. Congratulations on the top 5, and we'll see you next week from Atlanta.
All right, thank you guys.
Ethan Corder in that 62, filling in for Kyle Riley, finishing in position number 4 here tonight. Final thoughts, Caleb?
Well, I mean, coming into tonight, we were kind of speculating what kind of race we would see tonight, but I don't think there was any universe where I would have said guessed correctly. There we go. What kind of race we got? I mean, race of attrition. We had 3 or 4 huge wrecks, 4 or 5 cars upside down, just really a subversion of expectations. And as we go into Atlanta next week, it really just makes you ask the question, how are we going to go there? The points are just really shaken up now with how today played out. It's just all around, this was a wild card when I'm not sure we were really expecting it to be that.
Graham Bolin, your winner, here from Phoenix tonight, the K-Back 300. Our thanks to the FTF admins and our producer, Zach Johnson. Caleb Huffman alongside with me. I'm Jacob Pitts. This has been a presentation of the Barr Visual FTF Cup Series. Graham Bolin, winner at Phoenix. We'll see you next week from Atlanta. Good night.